Let's take a look at 2.5 problem 13. Limit as x approaches 2 of this particular rational function right here. First thing we would think about is plug and chug, but I don't think that's going to work very well for us right here. If we square that 2, we're going to get a 4 times this 2 is going to be an 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. None of that is surprising. That's what happens almost every time. But it does look like there's a decent amount of factoring that can be done here. So on the next line down, let's see what we can do. We're not evaluating the limit yet, so we really should keep writing the limit as x approaches 2, and let's see what we've got right here. Both of those are quadratics, which looks like they're maybe not going to be too tough to factor. Up in the numerator here, there's no GCF that we can pull out. So to split up the 3x squared, we're going to have a 3x times an x. My 4 at the end here is negative. That means that my two signs here are going to have opposite signs, one plus and one minus. I don't know which is which yet, so I just take a guess, plus and then minus, but I'll have to come back and check that a little bit later on. And now I need two numbers here that are going to multiply to that negative 4. Don't worry about them adding up to 4 yet, because one of them, the one that I'm going to put right here, has to get multiplied by this 3 first before we worry about adding them up. So we just take a shot in the dark here, guys, and we see what happens. Probably the easiest way to split up that 4 is 2 times 2, and let's see how, oh man, when you're good, kids. You know, you guessed right away. My outer product right here, 3x times negative 2 is a negative 6x. My inner product right there is a plus 2x, and wouldn't you know it, on my very first guess, I got it right. Negative 4x is what we needed that middle term to be. So let me get rid of all this junk that I have all over the place here. I guessed right. I might have had to do a couple different things going on there and got that one to work out. Now, I'm going to kind of cram in an extra step here. This is bad form, everybody. Sorry, but humor me for a second. That 2x squared minus 8, you heard me mention it a moment ago. The first thing you want to think about in any factoring is, can I pull out a GCF? And here you can take out a 2. And I know that doesn't seem like much, but I think as soon as you write that out, x squared minus 4, you're going to realize, oh yeah, there's a difference of squares. So that denominator factors to a 2, and then it's going to be an x plus 2 multiplied by an x minus 2. So I wanted to cram in that extra step in red right there because I got the numerator in one step. My denominator really needed 2. Now, what is supposed to happen in most of these problems is that you factor your numerator and your denominator, and hopefully you're able to cancel out the one factor in the denominator that was making plug and chug or direct substitution not work. Well, sure enough here, the x minus 2 on top and the x minus 2 on bottom cancel out completely, and it was that x minus 2 that would have equaled 0 if I let x actually become 2. Now that that's out of the picture, direct substitution should work. So up in the numerator, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is going to get us an 8 up on top. And down on the bottom, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 times that 2 is going to get us an 8 as well. So it looks like our final answer here is going to be 1 for number 13.